Fellow jaywalkers and time travelers, lend me your ears. Foundation. You know, I come from the Midwest where there's a lot of tornadoes, so foundation means a lot differently to somebody like me who now lives in the desert, who doesn't have a foundation uh, per se. You know, it's got a slab, got a foundation. What's the purpose? Still the same purpose, to hold up the structure, right? Uh, Protect. All the same things, right? And so, what does that mean in my spiritual life? What does a foundation mean in my spiritual life? You know, a foundation is if I'm going to build this life and I'm going to be able to trust the difference between wants and needs by God, right? You know, I've got to build a structure that is solid. So, the base of what I start my whole entire life has got to be strong, right? And it's got to be able to build a life on top of it that won't collapse it. So regardless how big I want to build my life, the foundation I put under it is going to be strong. And that foundation, it has many ingredients, but the key ingredients that holds it all together is my relationship with God, right? Because if I have God in the foundation of my life, then you know what? Whatever I build on the top of it is going to be structurally sound. Now, making sure and doing the maintenance of that foundation to make sure that if it does get a crack, because you know life is pretty hard on your foundation, that I know that the structure that I put in there and the steel that I put into place is going to hold it. And so, what is my foundation, right? Well, my foundation personally is that God is the key ingredient to my life. He is number one. He is my number one relation. He is number one. And then how do I maintain that relationship to keep that structure in place is what's important to me. Now, I need 4 meetings a week. I need a meeting actually every day. I need to know that I'm going to enough meetings that I don't need a meeting. I need to pray and meditate every single morning without fail. I need to have a set routine. When I get done praying and meditating, the most important thing I know to do is to make my bed. And why is that? Well, you know, first off, I never used to make my bed. My mommy used to make my bed, right? And my mommy don't make my bed anymore. Because the reason is that when I make my bed, I know I'm not going to get drunk that day, right? Because I have done what I've needed to do to start my day off, and I'm not going to drink that day. And I know that. If my bed's made. Now, if my bed isn't made, it means that I'm not doing a lot of other things to maintain the the structure, right? My foundation. So I make my bed. And then throughout the day, I pause when agitated. I get a plan in that meditation. I pray. I pray for the right way, not the wrong way today. I talk with people in and outside the program, and I practice these principles in all my affairs during my daily business. And if I do stumble and I get crossed up, I can stop, I can pick up the phone, I can call people. Hopefully that evening I'll go to a meeting, or that day at noon, regardless when and where, right? And then that evening when I retire, I'll do exactly what the book tells me to do, because basically what are we really doing? You know, what we're really doing is working a plan for life that keeps our foundation in place, right? And it keeps our structure intact. So whatever or however big the life that you want to build on this, you can. If you want to put a skyscraper on it, it will hold it if God is the key ingredient to the structure, right? Because with God, it's going to be okay. And without, well, it's going to be chaos. And I've lived that chaos. And today, you know what? I don't choose to live that chaos. Today, I want to live in God's light.